What is up, everybody? Keith, aka Gator Guy 231, here to break down November 14th college football main slate on using DraftKings scoring. A lot of these picks are going to be able to be used on FanDuel as well. Really excited for this week. Looked at the slate, and last week I think I was kind of like struggling to build at beginning, and this week a lot came together right away. We do have a ton of cancellations, which sucks, but honestly, I think that they made the slate a little bit easier. Like, we don't have to deal with Fields. What's another? We don't have to deal with Mississippi State. Like, there's a number of teams that we just don't have to deal with. I really like it. Let's get into the picks. Bottom right of the screen, subscribe button. Please hit that. You have no idea how much it helps. This channel keeps growing, all thanks to you guys. So thank you for that. Another thing, just before I get into the picks, I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I think so many times when I'm doing these, I don't want to try to miss any picks for you. And instead of going through so many of the player pool, I'm just going to go through my top guys, the guys that I'm really strongly debating in my lineups. A couple of the guys I'm in between, my 2v2s, 3v3s. So if you have any questions on any of the players, please drop in the comments. I have the notifications on my phone. Do my best to answer those questions. The more time you give me before lock, the better chance of your answer. You ask something at 11:30, you have a 99% chance of not getting an answer. With that said, let's jump right in. So at quarterback, obviously there's going to be plenty of guys that you can pay up for, but I think I've kind of detailed it here number of times. I'm always kind of a fan of paying down when I can get rushing upside QBs down in that range, and we have a number. So there's three guys I'm really honing in on. First one is Asher O'Hara. So funny thing is, at the beginning of the season, we kind of didn't have the big teams. We were getting forced into O'Hara a lot, and he rewarded us with 1.64, 13.86 in the first 2 weeks when he was really chalk. So they've been off the main slates, off any slates, and he just exploded 33, 28, 43, getting the rushing back up, as well as, you rarely see a guy that could get 20 rushing attempts and then over 30 passing attempts. That's what O'Hara does. It's not a great matchup against Marshall, but 6,600 I really like, and it's just a perfect price. I think between him and Armstrong from Virginia, I think it's Brandon Armstrong, so apologize if I got it wrong. I'm sure he's watching and I hurt his feelings. But that said, he's another guy that we get decent passing volume from. We've seen up to 43 attempts versus Clemson and still getting about 20 on the ground. So again, we love it. One of the highest totals of the week's over 60 versus a Louisville team that I can't remember if we thought Louisville was supposed to be good before the season or not, but they're not. So I kind of coined, TK makes fun of me, but crap plus crap equals gold. So let's hope that this is a crap plus crap equals gold game. I do like Armstrong a lot. Like a goal notification from SofaScore. So I'm probably going to get distracted here in a second to see who it was. The other guy, so it looks like Martinez from Nebraska is out in terms of, he got benched for, I think he's redshirt freshman, but Luke McCaffrey, I have no idea. I did not research, so somebody can tell me. I have no idea if he's part of the McCaffrey glorious tradition, but he has a good last name, right? And he runs the ball. So we can see in the two matchups, 9 for 87 in short work and mop up for versus Ohio State, 8 for 49 in another short amount of time versus Northwestern. Look, Penn State used to be a team that we'd be scared of. We should not be scared of Penn State is what we've learned in the first few weeks. So 5,200, I think he's almost locked to be pretty chalky in cash. It just gives you so much room to build. All right, so there's three quarterbacks to look at. Let's go to the running back position, and this is a place that I'm going to be spending up this week. I think the biggest decision you need to make is, can Javonte Williams just keep scoring? It's insane. He has 17 touchdowns this season. Obviously, he's getting a lot of goal line work. He also gives you passing upside, receiving upside. But the craziest thing of paying $9,500 for a running back that's not going to get 20 carries. But here we are. Wake Forest sucks. North Carolina is very, very committed to the run. I'm going to be talking about the other running back that I think is very playable to put them together in cash. That's crazy thought. But Javonte Williams, I think he's pretty much one of the biggest decision points on the slate. 9,500 for a timeshare just seems crazy, but God, 17 touchdowns. Is it kind of crazy to fade? I'm going to be struggling with that till lock. The guy I think I'm going to lock in is Brendan Knox. He's playing him versus Asher O'Hara in Middle Tennessee State, who can hopefully keep it close. But we get a ton of work from Knox, 25, 28, and 18 carries. 18 carries is probably 25 to 30 if that game doesn't blow out. He's known as one of the better backs in the nation. Great matchup versus Middle Tennessee. I think I am just locking him in to my lineups. The next guy I really like is Javian Hawkins. Again, back in that crap versus crap equals gold game. I really liked last season, if I remember correctly, we could not get much receiving upside from Hawkins. That was like the big downfall. So he was just going to get carries. So in 2 of the 3 previous games, he got 5 catches, which is huge on DraftKings. One of them into a touchdown last game. Great runner. So we can kind of lock in 20-plus touches. Great matchup versus Virginia. So I like Javian Hawkins a lot. I think what I'm probably going to be doing is doing 2 of 3 of Williams, Hawkins, and Knox. And then in my flex, I'm pretty locked in to Michael Carter from North Carolina. Look, he's getting the same amount of touches as Williams. So now it's almost 3,500 less. He's just as involved in receiving. She just lacks the touchdown upside. But he's going to rush for 1,000 yards this year. I think he's an elite play at 6,100 versus Wake Forest. So that's kind of a guy that I'm looking to lock in. I know there's plenty of other running backs. It's always going to be a loaded position. Those are the 4 guys I'm really honing in on. As of Friday night. I'm finally posting this on Friday night. You guys are welcome. You can wake up to this soothing voice on Saturday mornings, or you can let that soothing voice put you to sleep. Jokes aside, I hope you guys are enjoying this format. Finally, let's get to wide receiver. So if I'm spending up at running back, potentially in 3 spots, I don't have the room to spend up. So yeah, Dotson, unbelievable play. Clifford obviously loves him. Brown, to me, it's like a boom or bust. I'm skipping all of them, even like, St. Brown, who I think is a great play. I do want to say this. I think Tutu Atwell, elite GPP play. I doubt he'd be chalk. I don't think he's a chalk type of guy, but huge upside versus Virginia. So I do like that a lot, especially if you're going to fade Hawkins. But London, so I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to be playing a sub 6K USC guy. It's either going to be London or Bonds. I kind of like this discount on Bonds. I was on him last week over London, and now it's flipped just because of a 1-game sample. Look, Vaughn still got plenty of looks. He was their number 2 last year. Actually, I guess he was like number 3. They passed a ton. That's the point. Versus Arizona, I think I liked it a lot. 5,200. That's a really good price to get upside of the USC passing attack. If you have the salary though, going to London or even all the way up to St. Brown, I can't fault you. But I really do want to get one of these USC guys in my builds. Sub 5K though is a really loaded guys. So I kind of like this North Carolina Wake Forest game on the North Carolina side for running. Well, if I think they're going to get ahead, running it back with Roberson might be a great idea. 20 catches in the last 3 games, huge upside. He obviously has Hartman's eye. So I think, I just think I like the play. I know North Carolina is a good team, but again, Wake Forest has been down all season. So I think Roberson gives me good upside and potentially a good game script. Next guy I want to mention, my guy. So it's been the core at FSI 2 out of the last 3 weeks. Ty Freifogel, 7 for 142 versus Michigan was super surprising. Versus Penn State, I can't remember the target count, but I think it was like 7 or 8 targets. So we were on him to come back versus Rutgers, and we were on him last week for Michigan. But really like to play 4,700. And Big Ten is so weird. Like Michigan State used to always be this team I did not want to target. And now it's just like, oh, okay, I can target that. That's not that big of a deal. So Freifogel, I like a lot. And then there's one more. So Baby Gronk, Pat Freiermuth. Think he's second on the team in targets. Don't hold me to that. But 6 for 91 last week. One of the elite tight ends in the nation. Cool thing about DraftKings in college is these tight ends are way underpriced, especially these kind of freak tight ends. Like even Brevin Jordan, if he plays, I think he's like a 44, 4,500. For a guy that's going to be a first-round pick, the only guy that they seem to have priced right is Kyle Pitts from Florida. But Freiermuth, again, one of the top 5 tight ends in the nation. That is a potentially really good game stacking game environment. So I like that a lot. Final, I just want to give one more. I mentioned him last week as my lock. And then I faded him in cash. I know I'm a terrible tout. But thought he was due for positive regression, 657 and a touchdown for Daz Newsome. Look, when we started the season out, let's see if it's here. It's not here. But this first slate versus Syracuse, I want to say it was like 67, 6,800. And he had a huge season last year. The talent is still there. It's not like in 1 year all of a sudden he became crap. North Carolina is just running the ball a ton. Maybe, going to the end of the season, I really want to get Newsome going. I'm hoping that last week is a sign of positive things to come, but 4,300 for him in that game environment versus Wake is far too cheap. That's going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the format. A little bit quicker, hopefully a little bit more analysis, maybe even a little bit more help in terms of building your lineup. Let me know if you liked it. Once again, Keith, aka Gator Guy 231, wish you all luck tomorrow on Saturday slate. Again, if you have any questions, leave it in comments. I'll gladly answer. And with that, see ya!